we have a stagnant tradition. Now, because that tradition became stagnant over a period, and the first person to really come out vociferously against this stagnation is Ibn Khaldun. Ibn Khaldun was largely rejected by the Arabs. They didn't read his books. He ended up the chief qadi and mufti of the Malikiya in Egypt. Where were his books read? In Turkey. It was the Ottomans that really kept him alive. And then he was discovered by the Europeans. Toynbee considered him one of the most important historians in human history. But the Arabs largely ignored him. The Ottomans, if you look, they actually did attempt to maintain a living tradition. And their ulama were actively engaged in living tradition. The Tanzimat was an attempt to take Sharia and make it like a statute code to deal with the new commercial problems of dealing with the Europeans who had codified all of their laws through the great Napoleon Bonaparte with the Napoleonic codification. That was an attempt, the Tanzimat under Abd al-Majid. Mustafa Sabri, the last Shaykh al-Islam of the Ottomans, if you read his book, it's amazing. He was engaging Kant, he was engaging Nietzsche, he was engaging the philosophers of his time intellectually and understanding them. Where do we have scholars like that? In Pakistan we had Iqbal. Iqbal is more of a philosopher and a poet. He's not a theologian. I mean, he was very smart, but Iqbal was engaging Nietzsche, Heidegger. He was reading these philosophers. We don't understand what's happening in the West because we don't read them. Our scholars don't read them. And so we've got all these things happening and the Muslims are just like, what's happening?